Hello, my name is Rachel, and I'm being led to make this message due to, I'm being called to make these messages. I have so much I want to say, and I'm wanting to share this information with you because I'm being called to. And during this time is when it is really crucial for me because I'm not a lazy person. I'm a very spiritual person. I have a lot of faith in God, and I'm a mother of three, and I work really hard to try and help other companies. I work in marketing to try and help other companies so that they can develop or bring in more business into their company itself. That makes me feel really good about helping other people. Not just that, but I like helping mankind in terms of health, medicines that are going to help you so that you could progressively be more healthier. You're not having to stick to regular medicines, and you're not stuck in that type of way of life as far as where you're not stuck in the medicine prescription world, not having to rely on that way of living. You're, something more healthier that'll keep you alive longer, clearer, better. That's my way of thinking. Now I'm being led to bring this to you because I have a lot of business ideas. I have vitamin ideas. I have gene ideas, genealogy ideas. I have mushroom ideas in terms of business. Like I said, I do marketing to try and help out other companies that are also in the health field that also try to help out, like cellular regeneration. That's one of the companies that I like working with because they are trying to help other people, humanity, mankind. That's a big deal for me. And well, I'm coming to you because I'm trying to work and get all these things done as a single mom. And I'm also have another thing which is going on as well at the same time. I've been in the court system trying to get my children full custody, and working in the system here in Florida is very hard when you provide so much evidence that is showing that I should have full custody, and yet I'm not getting any type of help in terms of child support, and my children have been delayed. I have been delayed a whole year. My children are being delayed a whole year. On top of that, with their schooling as well, another whole year. Having to repeat a school year because of this whole mess with custody. And it is a nightmare. And then, the phone calls and harassment from the parent is like, and then the constant, reporting and keeping log, and still, you call, protection services for your children, and it's still being delayed, and you're not getting a concrete answer saying, okay, your kids are with you, and, you're trying to get some type of financial help because it's just you, you don't have family to, I have family, but I don't have family that I can, when you're at this type of point, you can ask your family. Of course, there's people that you can ask, like your parents, and they'll help you and stuff like that. But ultimately, you as a mother, you want to stand on your own 2 feet and be responsible for your kids. So you get out there and you work. You do your work, and you try to get out there to make business happen, because if you got nothing, you make something happen for yourself. And I get that. And I'm not afraid of work. I've never been afraid of hard work. And I'm asking for their dad to be responsible to help me with my children. And that's not happening, even through the legal system or the separated branch of child support. They don't help you. The legal system is so backwards right now that even, I mean, there's nobody talking to nobody branch connection. I mean, there is, and there may, but you don't have any ideas, and you keep trying to bring in the same type of proof and the same type of information so that you can get something moving towards some kind of financial relief, some kind of help, because ever since they've been born, you're not getting any kind of help, and you've been living at your own family's homes so that you can raise your kids and not have to put them in daycare, because that's an added extra fee. Aside from that, I know I'm not getting any help from theirs, and it's just been prolonged and delayed and prolonged and delayed, and even with the abuse charges and more logging and more reporting, it's, and even the children, telling their truths, and it's still delayed and prolonged again. Okay, so that's the legal side of what I'm bringing to you as my information, my human story. I've been trying to live on my own and have my own place and not have to be dependent on anybody, because, any self-respecting person or any self-respecting mother, is trying to get on her own. And, she's not able to make it because, the wages are so low that she can't even get a rental or a place that she can live in on her own. So she's dependent on her family and trying to make her way to raise her children and trying to do the best job that she can do for her kids. And it's not enough wages. Even if you have, an associate's degree, or you have a lot of work history, you're still not getting enough of a wage to make it on your own, or have enough for yourself to be on your own. They have so many programs that they try to filter you out into, so that you're still stuck. You're still stuck trying to get ahead, and you're not getting ahead. You get to a point where, okay, I'm making enough money where I can get a place of my own, I can have enough space, and you're still having to meet more check boxes. Where is there enough space for all of you and your children, and are they going to let you have that place so that you can live there? Are you going to have a credit check? Do you have enough wages so that you can live there? It's like, what's going on? There's still another check system, Okay, so you do that, and then you go to the child support office to see, okay, I need to try and sign up for this so that I can get this going. Well, if the other side has an attorney, you have to get an attorney, because you're being brought to court through a private lawsuit, so that child support branch can't help you, because they're taking you to court privately. And even the court system, they can't help you, because he has an attorney, so you're out of luck. You're shit out of luck. And then you save up enough of your money through your taxes to try and get an attorney so that you can go to be able to get some help financially. And you do that, you pay for that, you get that going and everything, and you're still delayed. You're still delayed on getting financial help, because then it turns into a 50-50 custody, where 1 week the child's with you, the next week the child's with the other parent. When this type of custody doesn't work for the child, the child's so upside down, and they don't even have a proper room or a room for themselves to call their own. They don't have anything at their dad's, and it's like, I don't know. Okay, so aside from that, I'm still delayed on trying to get some financial help with the dad to try and help out. I finally moved out, have a place of my own. There's other entities, other places that try to help you with rent, which is great, which is awesome, you know. And we're talking about good, I mean, honest, sincere, beautiful groups that are trying to help moms or single parents that are trying to get ahead and live on their own so that they're not homeless. And they're trying to get ahead in this world, and they're still not, because they can't find a job so that they can make enough money to stand on their own 2 feet. It doesn't matter how many ideas you have or how many business proposals or how many business plans you may have, and you take them personally to get them seen. Appointment after appointment. I'm sorry. Appointment after appointment that you're making to try and set up these appointments, you know, it's like, what? And you're still not able to make a meeting, an actual physical meeting with these people, because you have all these beautiful ideas that are going to help a lot of people, but you're still delayed. You're still delayed. But you have a lot to offer. You have so much work history that, you know, is going to be balanced out with so much more that's going to help a lot of people. And it's not just that, but, you know, so many ways on planning, on community ways of living, and our homeless problems. And I have a lot of business ideas that I need to share with a lot of people, and the marketing, and I know that I have ideas that I'd like to share with big name people that can do something with them, that I can have capital to make these things work, to make these things thrive. I know I have that, but I'm still being delayed. I'm still being put in positions where I'm being delayed. I'm being made to, another day goes by and I'm not able to do what I need to do so that I can get ahead for myself as the mom, as the head of my family. I can't get ahead because it's just not possible, because I'm targeted, obviously. I'm targeted by certain groups that are seeing me and want to keep me in a certain position where I can't get ahead. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Because not only that, I've got these awesome companies that are trying to help me with rent. But how long is that going to last? How long is that grant money going to last for you to live in that one place? You know, what does that mean? All right, so you do that. You get by like that, right? And you're told you're going to be helped out for a certain period of time. And you do that, right? You do that. I'm sorry, this is just, you know, a really important issue for me, because this is hitting home. Deep down home. And I know I'm not the only parent that is living like this. I know I'm not the only mom trying to get ahead, but I am, in terms of certain delays that are going on. But I'm not so sure that I am the only one, you know. And I need to share this with you, because we're becoming really, really complacent with a lot of these things that are happening in our lives, and it's not okay. It's never been okay. But somehow or other, we are being fed this regularly on TV, with the medicines coming out saying, you know, ask your doctor so that he can prescribe this for you, because, you know, this will be great for you as a new diet or as a new cholesterol pill, medicine, but you're complacent about its side effects. Diarrhea, you know, bleeding from your nose, bleeding from your ears, okay, I'm going to go and talk to my doctor and see if they'll put me on this new medicine. But the fact is that the minute you get put on this type of medicine, they don't tell you that, you're going to have side effects the minute you get off of this medicine. It's an endless hamster wheel cycle. And I don't see anybody wanting to get off of it. It's just another day. It's just another day, and you keep going, you keep going. Now, I've put my application out to several different places, and I've gotten callbacks, but I haven't gotten my interview, and a lot of delays to not get further. These companies that have helped me, they've helped me pay for my initial first payment, down payment, and my last payment, to be here at my apartment. And in my home. And they've been awesome about helping me, but there's a certain period of time that they can help you. Now, with that being said, there's also companies that, once you're on your 2 feet and you're paying the rent, right? You're paying your rent, and then you have your electricity, you have your water bill, your trash bill. Of course, that comes with your water bill, so it's a little extra $50, for the month, just to pick up your trash and take it with them. Now, when I say delay, I've been delayed. I've been delayed on so many things and so much progression. One, with my legal case going on with my kids. My kids have been delayed. I've been delayed since 2022, July of 2022. And now this part where I'm trying to be self-sufficient on my own with my kids and get a real hourly wage pay. And it's not coming. It's not coming. It doesn't matter where I go, which company I'm trying to help out, which one I'm trying to work for. It doesn't matter the time that I spend, the hours of talking to different people to try and get them interested in a different way of living, a different way of being, a purer way of just living. It's just not, it's not hitting home, it's not registering. And whether the different people that I'm trying to work with are ready to receive this message or not, I'm still being delayed because my work is just not being seen. It's just dismissed. And I know my work is hard work. I know it's valid. I know it's worth something. And it's just not even being seen. It's dismissed. So much so that I had gone to one place and I tried to speak with the manager there, and he didn't want to speak to me. He didn't want to even know anything about me. And even though I had tried to set up an appointment time to see with him, to sit with him, to speak with him, to get my fair chance, my fair time to speak with him, it was delayed. And instead they had put in a complaint saying for me not to be on the grounds. See, these things are... there's an underlying thing that is happening. There's groups that directly target other groups of people that are trying to get ahead, and they try to use those people so that it's a game. It's a game of holding these people back, to use that type of energy to pull them back from whatever it is that they're doing, and that's the end of it. And a lot of people, they won't figure it out. They won't know it. I mean, I know that there's just no way that you can be trying this hard for this long to get ahead, and nobody is responding to you to try and get you where you need to be. Not even a phone call, not even a go, telling you, hey, I want to try and see if we could set up an interview. Maybe we can talk for a minute. This would be great. Or let's do this. And even when you are working for somebody and you're thinking you're getting ahead and you're still not making enough money You're not making enough money, not even for your gas. But you're still going out the next day, or you're still making the phone call to try and do flyers or some kind of advertisement or marketing for that person. And it doesn't matter how many people you're trying to communicate with, it's just not getting you where you need to be. And well, I've said this in another video before, where I know it's certain groups that are governmental groups that are doing a lot of this. And it's one particular group that I know is doing this to me. And it's been a constant prolonging. It's been a constant delay. No money coming in, barely making enough on my, even getting paid with mileage and stuff. It's like it's not enough, but the employer knows that I'm a mom. I'm a single mom trying to live on my own, trying to pay for gas, trying to pay for food, trying to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. But whatever it is, I'm being blocked, or I'm not being seen. And I mean, there has been so many things that have been done in terms of this for me to get ahead in this world that you wouldn't even believe half the things that have happened. I'm one of those persons that likes to get my work done quickly and early, and if there's something that I need to put in an application for, I'll do it right away, or I'll make sure that it's done on time. But for whatever reason, these groups are delaying other groups from not getting where they need to go. For example, these other companies that help you, like with your electric bills and things like that. And what happens is that until you are fully on your feet and you're working, what happens is that they help you pay the bill. And what they do is they have a grant money, and in that grant money, they have that, and they'll pay that bill, every month for you. But it's that grant money that's there set aside just for you and during that time period. So you're covered, which is great, which is I'm very grateful for. Now, the story that I'm going to tell you is that this is 100% a constant delay that is something that there's just no, it's not a coincidence. I mean, it's not, it's a group that is doing this. And I'm just so tired of it. And I'm saying this because I'm trying to out the whole thing, because this is just not something that nobody deserves. Nobody deserves. And I'm tired of being that person that's, taking the brunt of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of not receiving a paycheck. I'm tired of getting the low wage. I'm tired of not having enough money to have for food. I'm tired of not having enough money for gas. I'm tired of not having enough money for insurance, for my water bill, for my electric bill. I'm tired of not having enough. And I have every right. I have my First Amendment right to be heard. And this is how I'm choosing to put my information out there, so that somebody can hear me and know that I'm fed up. I'm tired of this. I work hard to be there for my kids. I want to be there for my kids. I want to be able to stand on my own. I want to take care of what I need to take care of on my terms for my kids. This is why I'm trying to do a business, to be an entrepreneur, to be a philanthropist. I mean, this is what I want to do for me, so that I can be there for my kids, because my kids need me. I can't entrust my children to somebody else. I have to be here. And I need to pay my bills. And I'm not able to. I have to trust in these companies that I am applying for so that they can help me with this grant money. But my delays, if you knew what my delays were, you would be like, what? How does that happen? I applied for a water bill for the grant money for this, it's called Community Action. Now I know, okay, sometimes people forget and they delay and they don't get certain things done on time. And I get that. I understand you can have a lot of people a certain week or a lot of people at different days, and you're just not able to complete your assignments or your work, period. It's just a fact of life, but when you get all your paperwork in and you're waiting because you're told, look, you can't call anymore here, just one time and that's it, and you come and that's it. Now you need to call the electric company to see if they've gotten the monies, or they're going to take care of the bill for you. They're going to make sure that this is inside your account so that that money will go towards your bills. And okay, so fine, you do that. And you wait. And you wait. 7 days. 7 days with no water. 7 days with no water. Yeah. 7 days with no electricity. Seven days. It makes me cry, but in a way where I'm releasing this, and I feel good about it because I'm releasing this to everybody so that they know what's going on, that there are these groups. There's government groups, there's MK Ultra groups that are there. The CIA hires certain groups to do certain things because they're trying to do certain things with the mind and all this stuff, or they just have seen and looked into certain people's futures or their callings or whatever that may be, and they try to stop them, they try to slow them down, and for whatever reason I'm being slowed down, I'm being pulled back, I'm being stopped. When I have a family to raise, I've got 3 kids I'm raising on my own. I can ask my family for help, sure. My family doesn't have that kind of money to help me. That's my responsibility. I've been trying to put myself out there, trying to get work, trying to put myself out there in different types of works, put my application out. They call me, they get me ready to come on in for an interview. I don't hear from them again. What's going on? Something's wrong. And you can't just think this is just, oh, well, it's just her. No, it's not. Not every single person that you're around, not every single person that you're trying to connect with is going to do that for you. And you have to get paid. You have to get paid what you're owed. You have to get paid for your work, for your time. I'm not. Seven days with no water. 7 days with no electricity. And my application and paperwork were all in. These are 2 different branches in the same company. Same thing when I was trying to get the funding or the grant money for the first and last down payment for rental. Same thing. Delay after delay, and I'm a person, I have a legal background, so I like to stay on top of my deadlines. I like to get things done. Sometimes some things will come and, take priority, but I'm very good about my deadlines. A lot of people might say I'm not and stuff like that, but if you know enough about your record keeping, you know enough about your calendaring, you know the dates that are coming. And either that money is not showing up and you can't do certain things, you know these things are happening and you're trying to do your best to make sure these debts are paid. Why? Because I don't want to have that on my record. I am a person that is, I respect the law. I respect the people that are in the law. I love their place here. But when they're not helping the small guy, the underdog, what are we doing? The whole purpose of the legal system and them being there is to help the underdog. What are we doing? It's something's wrong. Something's wrong, and people need to look deeper, because why are you being held back? Why are you stuck on this one thing that's happening in your life? I've had so many confirmations, so many after confirmation on these things that have been happening. And it's not, people can say that you've got bad luck and all this stuff. And like I tell you, I'm a person of faith, and my connection is very much there with God. And no, I'm sorry. There's too much there that, a lot of people don't want to see, and they choose not to see. And, God's there, and He's watching, and He sees a lot of these things. And, you can't not see these things, these delays, these constant delays, the no money, the nothing coming in. And then, you have this other person, like their dad is, he, there was money allocated for child support, and he went outright down to go and tell the office the money that was directly allocated for child support to help his children. And he goes and he says, if you don't stop this money from going to her for the child support, I'm going to do a lawsuit on you to stop the money from coming in to help his kids. Because, mind you, he's lived my family home for all this time and never paid a dime. Never. And now that he's not with his kids anymore, and has all the assets, has another house, has land, and receiving monies from like EBT and receiving monies from disability, but doesn't have enough money to pay for his child support. Meanwhile, my kids are getting older. I'm not able to get a job, and I need to support my kids. My kids are getting bigger feet, longer legs, and growing like weeds, and just being really beautiful little kids, and I need to still support them. I need to be able to support them. And it's just that, what's going on? I'm not able to pay my rent. I'm not able to pay my electric bill. I'm not able to pay my water bill. There's very real things that are happening in this world that are blocking you, blocking me. And this is my way of exercising my First Amendment, my right to free speech. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of this. And this is not okay. So I'm putting my message out there that I'm just hoping that other people can hear this message, because it's bullshit. I'm getting evicted from my home because I don't have enough rent. I don't have enough money for what work I did do, you know, and oh, just so you know, the bills, like the water and the electricity, they finally did get turned on after a week, it's both separately. 7 days for one, 7 days for another one. And then not just that, but then my food stamps. I know that, announcing these things to other people might be a little bit embarrassing, but I'm not embarrassed. I've been trying. I've been working really hard. And I know that there's other women and other ladies that have been working really hard and have been busting their ass to try and get ahead. And for whatever reason, they can't. So they're out there having to work at whatever small job that's giving them little to nothing money, and they're still out there trying to take care of their kids. Oh, and I didn't tell you the other part of it. I didn't tell you the other part of the whole thing is that my vehicle I can laugh about it right now because I'm in such a bad position right now that all I can do is laugh. But my vehicle is was not working. The shift. I'm sorry. But it's hilarious. The shift on my vehicle, it wasn't moving, it wasn't working, and I wasn't able to put it in a park, I wasn't able to put it in drive, and I wasn't able to move my vehicle. I wasn't able to do any work for about a month to a month and a half. And at that time, it was really funny because I was trying to get a meeting to put in one of my business ideas with one of these big head guys. And I was hoping to do something with him because I had an idea for, with the human genealogy. And I had so much okay, I'm just going to go and I'm going to make my appointment with him and hopefully he'll see me. And I was so excited. And what happens as soon as I get back to the car? My car won't shift into gear. And I'm stuck there for another 4 hours. Again, mind you, we're in Florida. It's very humid here. And the humidity just, makes your clothes and your hair stick to you. And you look like a hot mess. Anyways. My point being is that I haven't had a vehicle. I haven't had a vehicle for about a month and a half. A month and a half. I couldn't go anywhere, do anything. I even put in my application for the pizza place next door, and they took their time to call me. No call. So, it's not bad luck because there's so many good things in this world that want to push you ahead and want to get you to where you need to be, to see where you need to be, but it's not that. It's not any of that. There's too many delays. There's too many problems with your vehicle. There's too many no calls, too many delays of no money showing up in your bank account, the court system delays, the confirmation after confirmation. There was times where me and my children, there was times where we were just couldn't move. It was so much it was like a sleep, like a real deep sleep type of thing where we couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. And And who can I complain to? I can complain to the FBI. I can complain to the CIA. But are they going to take me seriously? Probably. Probably. They probably would. But where can I take my case? Where can I take my court case? Who can I tell? Who can I make my report to? There's just, this is just all nutty. This whole situation is just like, wow. You can't be that person that has that much bad luck. There's no way. No. I have so much faith in God that there's no way. No. You have to know that too. You have to know, because of your love for this world, the love for your family, the love for your kids, that these things don't just happen the way they do. This is my way of venting and exercising my First Amendment right, because I do have that freedom. So I'm bringing this to you. And again, my name is Rachel, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for listening.